Hello, and welcome back to Zarnista Studios. Initially, my collection of vintage Kenner figures was going to be small, focused, and fit on one small shelf. But as many collectors know, sometimes things change and you have what's called unexpected collection growth. Christmas time in 2019, Walmart had a sale on the Skiff and the Jabba's Palace. I got both for about $55, which worked out well because for Christmas, I got a $50 gift card for Walmart. So now, the hunt was on for a lot of figures. Needed some for the Skiff and for Jabba's Palace. Here are the choices I made to fill out the palace. Of course, I needed Jabba and his throne, his assistant Bib Fortuna, Boba Fett, luckily I already had, Klaatu, IG-88, Bosk, and Squidhead. I also needed the other Skiff Guard Klaatu. I needed 3 Gamorrean guards, Reyes. Luckily I was able to track down a Yak Face recreation from Chris Smith. Got C-3PO and Salacious Crumb. I also picked up a Chris Smith R2-D2 with pop-up lightsaber and the drink tray. I got Lando in Skiff disguise, Princess Leia in Bouche disguise, and of course the Han Solo and Carbonite, which actually came with the palace. I had Jedi Luke with the green saber. As for Chewie, I probably won't have him just because I'm a little tight on space. I also wanted a Man-O-Man. A Man-O-Man, sadly, is one of the final 17, and it can be quite pricey. I was able to locate one in the Power of the Jedi series, and he came complete for under 15 bucks, and I think he looks great. Another important character I wanted was Oola. Her first representation I think was the Power of the Force, and I think it's a great 5-point of articulation example, and it's an absolute gem in the Power of the Force collection. The good news is she can still be found at a reasonable price on the secondary market. Now it came down to 2 options for Slave Leia, also known as Prisoner Leia. The first example I think is in the Power of the Force line. It's not the best sculpt of Leia, but it'll work. Another example is found in the Power of the Jedi collection, and that comes with the barge cannon, and she looks fantastic. I think it's a really great sculpt of Carrie Fisher and really looks like Princess Leia. Now, this is where every collector hits a crossroads and makes their own choice. For me, I think Kenner scale, original Kenner scale, was more important in this instance than her overall look and size. So the original Prisoner in the brown was a better example because it was the same size as the Bouche Princess Leia. So that's the one I decided to choose for this diorama. Now let's gather everything up and put it on the bookshelf and see how the diorama is coming together. I think both the original vintage figures as well as the new modern diorama from the vintage collection is really working well together. However, as good as this looks, I think we could do a little better. Now my friend Darren over at Replicator Boxes and Inserts makes an amazing Jabba's Palace playset diorama background to really help show off your figures. Just take a look at these pictures straight from their website. Darren also has a recreation of the Jabba Action Playset box with all the bells and whistles. And the neat thing is, it's clearly marked that it's a reproduction. But on your shelf, it's going to look fantastic. So I definitely picked one of those up as well. Now let's take all our figures and our Jabba's palace and put it into the environment and see what it looks like. As you can see, everything works well together and creates a wonderful display. In my opinion, everything displays better in an environment as opposed to a stark white background. The background I chose will not fit into the new bookcase, but the good news is Darren does do custom requests. He's going to be working with me on my 5-shelf bookcase to design custom backgrounds to really help show off my whole Kenner collection. Thank you, Darren. Now, what about that skiff? We will cross that bridge and that diorama in a future episode. Our websites, creators, and things mentioned today will be listed in the links below. So thank you for stopping by and happy collecting. We'll see you soon.